with round 5 and the final race for the Rick Motec Cup Series for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com here in 2019. We welcome everyone to the iRacing virtual track of Indianapolis Motor Speedway for tonight's showdown. Cale Gale coming into tonight with his win last week, making it his first win of the season. Who will kiss the bricks tonight? Welcome everyone to MaxSpeedTV. I am Joshua Medlock alongside here tonight. Katie Dugas joining us here, taking the place of substituting for Logan Kice, unable to make it here tonight. And we're going to introduce him here in just a minute. Stephen Dean also here as well. But Katie, got a big question for you here. We seen action last night in the Xfinity Series with that quick update in that tire model. Now, the update on the tires has been on the Cup cars for quite some time. So, with the addition to having them racing last night, coming into tonight, what do you think now will change with what they know?
Well, at least they've had a lot more time to practice on these. I do have to say, with the Xfinity only coming out within a couple hours, it clearly proved, I can't say bad, because we still had a really, really exciting race, but, you know, these cars are a lot more powerful, so, you know, they've got a whole lot more to handle tonight than they did last night.
Yes, I mean, it is going to be a handful for sure. Now, like I said, it's myself, Katie Dugas, Stephen Dean, he's going to be up here. He's going to be watching this huge field here tonight as well. So there's going to be several of us up here in the booth here to keep an eye on things. It is a big track, 2.5-mile rectangle oval here. So, I mean, these cars are going to get spread out. There's going to be a lot of action, you know, from the front stretch to the back stretch and everywhere in between, and you got to be careful on old tires getting on that access road to pit road here. That is going to be key as well. So let's get down here to the pre-race analytics here real quick. We have an air temp of 80 degrees, a track temp of a stifling 117. Man, that you could cook an egg on that track right now.
No, thanks. I'll stick to the snow.
Yeah, well, that's going to make things a little more difficult out there. I'm hearing it's really, really loose off the corners, and I definitely don't want to touch that apron for sure. 85 laps here tonight, 212.5 miles. Tire window, crucial, 23 to 27. It's within that fuel window of about 25 to 30, roughly, plus or minus a few laps to see who is going to save. They got a long race ahead of them here tonight. Pit road speed, 60 miles per hour. Got to get it on pit road safely.
Not just that, you're coming off of pit road safely because you're coming all the way down that backstretch before you can start to merge back onto that interstate. And we saw it last night. I think we only had one issue last night with that. So, I mean, clearly these guys have it under control.
Yes, they do. Well, let's get here to the point standings coming in here to tonight. The top 15 in points. Rob Haynes coming in here tonight, 169 total points. He is your current leader. Chuck Sweeting up 8 spots from last week. He is in second, 135 points, 34 back. Alan Elwood in third, down 2 spots, 133 points, 2 back. Ed Morris down a spot in fourth, 130 points, 3 back. John Sterling in fourth, currently fifth, 129 points, 1 back. Jeffrey Creek is going to round out that top 6 here at 127 points, down 1 spot, and 2 behind John Sterling. Katie? Katie, you with me? All right, well, I'll go ahead and finish it off here. Andrew Moraz tied with Mike Rominger at 125 points even. Both of these gentlemen 7th and 8th respectively. 2 behind Jeffrey Creek. Nick Hunt in 9th, 122 points. He is actually tied, I believe, there with David Weishart. According to this, I don't know why it says 3 back, but however, tied. David up 6 spots. Tyler Hallman in 11th, 121 points, 1 back. Blake Griffith 12th, 119 points, 2 back. Bryce Sinisak in 13th, 118 points. He's going to stay where he's at. 1 back. Garrett E. Grant 14th, down 6 spots. 117 points, 1 back. And Jeremy Clifton, we're going to round out the top 15 in points here, down 5 spots with 116 points. And Katie had some mic issues.
I did, but we're good now.
Well, we got about 3.5 minutes left to go. Katie, we're going to go ahead and throw it out here tonight. Who's your pick?
Ooh, oh man. I hate it when you do this. I'm going to go with Darren Clement. I'm still going to say Clement tonight.
Okay, Darren Clement, not a bad choice at all. Darren, one heck of a driver. And it looks like right now Darren is going to be setting here in practice. Man, I've been watching practice, and it looks rough out there. It's currently sitting 29th right now, but we haven't got into qualifying yet. Stephen Dean, I'm going to ask you too, buddy. Who you got picked tonight?
Man, it's always a tough one when you get down to these picks. We heard from, man, I don't know. I'm going with Cale Gale for the back-to-back tonight. Yeah, I love the back-to-backs.
All right, so Cale Gale is your pick. Katie, you've got your pick with Darren. Well, I'm going to pick John Sterling, the number 3 of John here tonight, to come out victorious here for the Rick Motec Cup Series Round 5 here at Indianapolis. We have 37 drivers out here tonight. 2 admins, Don Kidder, Andy Starcher, and Tommy Amassi, also sometimes admins. It looks like Tommy is not here at the current moment, but the head admin and the assistant, one of the assistants up there in the admin tire, they have got their hands full yet again here tonight, Katie.
Yeah, how these guys can keep up with this. I mean, I told y'all last night, I struggled trying to keep up, and this, clearly, 2.5 mile track, flat track, we can't watch everything. So luckily you have 3 of us kind of keeping an eye on things, but it is still so hard to catch every single thing that happens. Not to mention have to throw out that call that, you might not want to say, but you have to.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tough decision that the admins have. Well, we are going to step away here real quick, play the national anthem. We're going to have team points to go down when we come back, and they'll be in qualifying, then they'll have a driver's meeting. We may get a few interviews in if we've got time. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back.
Can you see? we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, just that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the brave. And the
Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Qualifying is underway. We got about a minute left to go. We've got a lot of drivers that have qualified and many, many more that are qualifying. Jeffrey Creek, Nick Hunt, Mike Robbinger, Chuck Sweeting. Looks like he has not come out yet. Looks like he is now pulling out. Perfect timing there by Chuck. Adam Eisenhower, Richie Evans, Brett Cool, Zach Ogburn, Bryce Senesack, as well as Blake Griffith. And up front, Alan Elwood taking over that top spot, knocking Scott back to second. Rob Haynes currently running in third. They get 2 laps or 5 minutes, whichever comes first. But we got some team points to go down, Katie, so let's get right to those team points here tonight. I'm going to start here with the Cup Series. This is just the Cup Series, but we've got Virtual Racing Alliance up front with 495 points. Downforce Motorsports in second, 483. Samson Motorsports in third, 456. Primetime in fourth, 453. Performance Motorsports in fifth, 391. Maverick Motorsports in sixth, 322. Performance Motorsports in seventh, 315. Hyperdrive in eighth, 285. And Jacob Bell Racing going to round out the ninth spot for the ninth team here tonight with 268 points for the Cup Series. Now, Katie, you have the overall team points coming into tonight.
I do. Let's get back to that screen. I was slacking. All right, Samson's going to top the chart with 1,290 points. Maverick sitting right behind with 1,226. Performance with 1,188. Virtual Racing Alliance close behind with 1,181. Primetime sitting in fifth with 1,173. Hyperdrive with 1,045. Downforce sitting with a smooth 999. Performance with 996. And Jacob Bell Racing rounds out your 9 with 948.
All right, there is your team of points. Everybody filing in to the lobby here for the drivers meeting, so that'll actually give us time to kind of talk about the track, talk about the tires. There is 4 turns here. Now, Indianapolis, one of the oldest tracks, built in 1909. Now, of course, NASCAR themselves hasn't been racing on it that long. You know, they haven't been racing on it since 1909. But the track itself is an older track. It used to be, well, brick. That's where that brick front stretch is, where we say kiss the bricks. And then it was paved, and then they done a lot of work to it. And now it's become really a staple for not only NASCAR, but for, you know, of course, everybody knows the Indianapolis 500. So It's a make it or break it track for drivers, Katie and Steven. So y'all's take on the track, y'all's opinion. I mean, what are these guys in store here? What's at stake?
Go ahead, Steven.
I feel like every race here is a big track in a sense. Everything's at stake. You got to have a good points night everywhere to really make the chase and everything. But this is a big track, a well-known track, a fun track, and it's a tough one.
I think there's so many different things that can work against you here. Yeah, you're going to have long straightaways that you'll be able to duck down, get a little bit of that momentum. But by the time you get back to these corners, and I said it last night, I'll say it again, every turn that you make is almost like being at a short track. It's really narrow, and they've got to maneuver just the right way. And if those tires are slicked off a little bit too much, I mean, it can be dangerous, not only for you, but everybody around you.
Yes. Let's talk about the looseness. Coming out of the corners, who was talking earlier, and I think, Steven, you even mentioned it, and, some other drivers as well, loose off the corners. So how is that going to partake, say the first 10 laps of the race? You got to get heat built up the tires. Is that going to even help because of that track temp on top of it?
I don't know. That track is hot. It's sitting at 113 right now. We'll see what it hits come race time. But that loose off the corners, a lot of people say loose is fast. You just got to be loose in the right places. You definitely don't want to end your night early getting loose off of one of these turns and hitting a wall somewhere and just destroying your car.
80.
It's all going to be about having that whole car at the end. We've seen plenty of modifieds coming through this thing, but keeping your nose clean, staying out of the mess, it's going to be the hardest part. And I think whoever can survive that, and I'm going to say survival of the fittest, once they get out front and can stay through there. Lap traffic didn't prove to be a big issue last night, but having that whole car and having it all in one piece at the end is definitely going to be a key.
Okay, well, keys to victory, pretty much what it was last night in the Xfinity Series. Stay with someone to get draft, take care of those tires and car, like you was just saying. Stay in contention. Pay attention to your spotter, of course, if you've got one. A lot of people run actual spotters. Some don't, some do. So if you've got one of those real-life spotters, an actual person there to help you, that is a big key to being victorious on some tracks. Sometimes it can help, sometimes it can't.
I think more than anything, it can help. I mean, you've got somebody on the complete other side of the track that's spotting for you and saying, hey, they're spinning out, go high. I mean, you would have never known that far back. I don't care how good iRacing gets. They can't. I don't think they have that depth perception yet.
Yeah, I would also say your pit strategy. I think pit strategy is going to come into it. I know it's kind of one of those things that comes into every race, but it's really gonna matter come towards the end. Who's short pitting? Who's staying out? Who's going to try to go for the long run? Don't run out of fuel. Don't run out of tires, and I think you'll be all right.
Well, we've seen a lot of guys last night early on. They were pitting, and then we've seen the cautions. We did see some green flag runs, but it seemed like as those tires really started to fall off, that's where the real bigger issues came about. And of course, the restarts. The start of the race and the restart, you have those issues as well. You got people staying out. You got people coming down. I don't think you can take two. I think you have to take four.
Being a flat track like this isn't something like we were running last week where you're using up the majority right side of your car. I mean, you're completely flat most of the way. So yeah, I definitely don't think there's any taking two.
Okay, well, you're still in a driver's meeting. Shout out to the sponsor here for the Cup Series, Rickmo Tech. Check them out. I mean, they've got some awesome products out there. All of it is, done by Frank and his team over at Rickmo Tech. I don't personally own anything, but, Katie and Steven, I've seen some of their products. And man, I just love to get my hands on some.
I just said that watching that commercial. That button box is sweet.
Them direct drive wheels, though, I feel like it's a game changer.
Oh, we got some people that has them. Looks like so. That's awesome. I'm sure Frank, if he's watching out there, I'm sure he appreciates it. And you know, we without the sponsors, without the fans out there in chat, a big shout out to everybody out there: DF, Williams, Brad, Gio, Timothy, Katie in chat as well. And she's also up here. Everybody showing up. The Racers TV. Glad to have y'all out there in chat. We've got about 22 watching currently, with about 7 minutes to go. We're going to see here if we can get some interviews in. It looks like they are still in a driver's meeting. Might be pulling out, getting done right now. I will wait for the call from the admins to confirm that. Andy Starcher and Donna Kidder up there. I'm ready to get this race going. I'm ready.
Let's go.
This will be a fun one.
All right, well, let's see here if we can go ahead and get our pole sitter up here. I try to interview the pole sitter if I've got time.
7 minutes till race time.
Yeah, 7 more minutes. So let's get an interview in here. That is going to be Alan Elwood. Let's go ahead and drag him up here. Alan Elwood, Josh for the booth. Got a copy.
I got you.
Alan grabbing the pole out here tonight, buddy, with a 52.221. Man, what a lap here. But like last night, you got your hands full out here. How's the racetrack feeling?
It's a little bit different than last night. The car's not as loose, but I think having the practice from last night running that race and then transferring over to tonight, that definitely helps with the tire model. So it took me a few laps to finally get it down, but once I figured out, especially how to drive turn 1, that's probably the trickiest corner that we had tonight. Once I figured that out, it was a lot more easily adaptable to the rest of the track.
So I'm hearing that it's loose coming out of the corner. Are you feeling that looseness?
Yeah, more so out of the faster turns 2 and turns 4. Turn 1 and turn 3 are kind of pushy, kind of washing you up the track. So that's where you actually have to let off a little bit, but at least like 2 to 3 laps into the run, you could pretty much flat foot turn 2 and turn 4. I think eventually that might go away depending on loose or tight. We don't really know yet, but overall, I mean, I don't think it's too loose, but I think it suits me well enough that you can kind of hang it out there a little bit without getting too crazy.
All right, Alan. Well, we're not going to keep you. We're going to let you get back down there to your team. Katie, do you have anything real quick for our pole sitter here tonight?
I do. Towards the end of the race last night, we saw there was a little malfunction there. So coming in tonight, grabbing the pole, did that give you a little bit of extra motivation and boost to want to come out here and then just blow the doors off these cup cars?
100%. Last night, we didn't get the job done. We pitted when we shouldn't have, and we got caught up in the mess that was the midfield, and that's not where we want to be tonight. So it's hammer down and stay at the front at all costs, and try to gap them as far as we can.
All right, sir. Well, good luck, and definitely show them how it's done.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that is going to be our pole sitter. We'll get him back down here to his team. Well, let's see here. We'll go back with somebody toward the middle of the pack here. How about Justin Gann starting 13th here? There he is. Let's see if I can drag him up here real quick. Justin Gann, Josh for the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
But Justin starting 13th here tonight. Man, it's Indianapolis. Hot track conditions. Basically the same thing pretty much as it was last night in the Xfinity Series. How's your ride feeling? And man, what do you got to do to keep it up front or toward the front, man?
Yeah, it feels good. A lot better than last night. Last night was fun. I'm thinking tonight's going to be a good night. as long as everybody keeps it clean. So I'm hoping to keep it out front.
Yep. You think clean air going to be a big problem? A big key here too?
I don't know if it's gonna play a factor as much. It might. Well, we'll see.
All right. Well, Steven, do you have anything for Justin here real quick?
Not off the top of my head. Just want to wish you guys good luck tonight. Hope it's a good one, and it should be a great race.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you do.
Buddy. We'll let you get back down there. All right. I think we could probably get one more. How about we go back even further? Starting 31st here tonight, Brett Cool. Katie, you take Brett.
Hey, Brandon, it's Katie up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Brett, got a
Brent
copy?
Cool. Pre-race ceremonies.
I guess so. All right, well, let's see here if we can get, how about we get our second place up here? He's up there. How about you go ahead and interview him? He's down here.
Hey, Chuck, it's Katie up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, sir. Well, kind of starting a little bit towards the back of the pack. Any kind of strategy with that?
Oh, he's second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong name. That's my bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so we'll go with this. I noticed last week and the week before, you have started literally all the way at the back of the pack and run your way all the way up to the front. So that bumped you a smooth 8 spots up in points, now sitting second. So what's your strategy for the rest of the season going into the chase?
Yeah, I kind of like to do that on tracks I'm unsure of what the caution count's going to be like, and especially a track like Iowa. I figured it was maybe safer just to lay back there at the beginning and not qualify. But tonight I feel pretty comfortable. I think the car's pretty stable. Should have a pretty green race. So I'm hoping that qualifying will pay off later. And we'll try to be patient early. It's a long race, and try to be there at the end.
All right, so like I said, you've clearly figured out how to work your way up in the points. Do you have a strategy going into the chase and then finishing off the season?
No, it's just one race at a time. I don't look at the points. Don't worry about them. I just try to get the best finish I can. Would have liked to got the win last week, but Kale's pretty tough, so I was fairly happy with second. But we'll just try to do the best we can, race by race.
All right, sir. Well, good luck, and I hope to see you keep it on bumping up in the points.
All right, thanks, Katie.
Good luck, Chuck.
Thank you.
Well, all right, getting down here to under 30 seconds here in a driver's meeting here, or qualifying, really whatever you want to call it. But we're going to get down here on the grid here momentarily. Everybody that has qualified. Everybody who is electing to start in the back, well, they're going to start in the back. So really interesting to see how they race it here tonight. After last night, they have loaded up the Xfinity cars. Now we're going to get them on the grid here tonight for the Rick Motec Cup Series, round 5 at Indianapolis. Let's get them on the grid here. The MaxSpeedTV starting grid. Alan J. Elwood going to grab the pole. Congratulations to Alan with a 52.221. Chuck Sweeting going to be starting on the outside of him in a second. David Weishart third. Scott Rambler fourth. Rob Haynes fifth. John Sterling sixth. Alan Fox seventh. Jeffrey Creek eighth. Cale Gale ninth. And Cameron Hearn going to be starting 10th. Katie?
Ed Morris starts in position number 11. Dalton Cowden in 12th. Justin Gann 13th. Darren Clement 14th. GT Hawkins 15th. Garrett D. Grant 16th. Mike Rominger 17th. Tyler Hallman 18th. Davey Hendricks in 18th. 19th. Adam Eisenhower in 20th.
All right, Andrew Mraz in 21st, Jason Eisenhower 22nd, David Elliott 23rd, Michael Thwaites 24th, Michael Mueller 25th, Richie Evans 26th, Blake Griffith 27th, Tommy Haynes 28th, Bryce Senesac, 29th, and Bobby Tench going to start 30th.
Brent Cool in 31st, Nick Hunt in 32nd. That's going to be your last qualifying time. Gary May in 33rd, Zach Ogburn in 34th, Jeremy W. Clifton in 35th, Tommy Amassi in 36th, Andy Starcher 37th, and I believe that's going to be him and Don as your admins. But Cody McFadden and Clint Woolbright start 38th and 39th.
All right, that is going to round out the field, yes. Don Kidder, Andy Starcher, Tommy Amassi, the other assistant admin for the Cup Series, up there with them as well. So 3 admins up in the booth, 3 people in the broadcast booth. We're 3 for 3.
Shoo, it's going to be a party tonight.
Well, all right, we are rolling off here. And the pacing lap. 1 pacing lap here at Indianapolis. Making their way into turn number 1. Going to see some of these drivers. Looks like try to get a little heat built up, you know, get the dirt and stuff off their tires. "32 people watching here currently, up to 34. Oh, this is going to be an interesting and a fun race to watch. 85 laps here tonight. We did 75 last night. This is the best of the drivers right here for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. The Cup side of things. The last race of 2019. We don't come back until January. I hope everybody out there has a happy New Year, Merry Christmas. You know, holidays coming up, I believe next week, to be honest with you. Well, let's get the show on the road here. Come on, Ford Mustang, get off that track. I think pacing here in Indianapolis should be all right. Here we go. Pace car gonna dive off. There it goes. Alan Elwood in control of the field. He can go at any time. He's on the loud pedal. Guess what? Boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing here at Indy. Side-by-side action already happening, and our first caution of the evening. Oh, and it is a big one. Several drivers involved. Looks like Mike Rominger involved in this, but let's go back and take a look at what happened. Tim Aaron, Nikki Peterson in chat. Thank you for showing up here tonight. Appreciate it. Well, what happened back here? Oh, it looks like the number 9 of Mike Rominger broke loose coming into the turn. And as well as the 32. Oh, they're right there together. Oh, contact. I don't know really what happened. We'll let the admins, you know, figure all that out. But it looks like the 32, the 9, the 27 going to get involved. As well as I believe that is going to be the number 1, the number 4. Several drivers involved in the first caution here this evening.
That's got to hurt for some of these guys towards the back that just kind of wanted to hold that car together. But man,
yep.
It hurts.
Well, you know, starts and restarts going to be rough. We already know that. You know, what do you got to do to prepare for each of the corners? You know, either the corners are different. You have to take them differently. You can't take them the same way. You know, so I mean, cold tires, different corners, hot track temp. Man, it's they're in for a long ride here tonight, but they'll get it figured out, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, you said it. These are the best of the best. I mean, these are your cup drivers. These are the guys that you want to show up to watch. So,
Yep.
yeah, they might have a lot of things working against them, but still, they do this week in and week out. This is what they live for. I mean, I personally live for a challenge, and I'm sure as a driver, these guys have to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Rick Donathan in chat.
You got
Talking
the
to Cat.
official word from
Okay.
the admins. Contact between those two was called a racing incident. No penalties will be given.
No penalties will be given. Okay. Hard racing. Well, first caution of the evening early. We are not going to interview anybody right now. We're going to let these guys, you know, try to get more familiar with how it's, you know, how it's going to react. I mean, one lap, they have no idea. You know, they might know something 7, 8, 9 laps, 10 laps into a run, and they'll get there. But right now, I'm not going to bring up anybody. We're going to let these guys kind of settle in. So we do have some people that came down pit road. Some of the drivers, Dalton Cowden, Andrew Mraz, Adam Eisenhower, David Elliott, pretty much 25th on back, came down pit road. So regardless if you've got damage or not, Katie, I think tires, they know tires are premium. Even on one lap, they still come down.
Yeah, this isn't like last week where you have like a 25 lap difference in your fuel versus tires. I mean, they're pretty close together tonight, so I don't really think you could gamble with either one, to tell you the truth.
Hey. Oh, man, Indianapolis, huge track.
It really is. It's so hard to keep up. So, yeah, definitely glad we have 3 of us because it's difficult. It's hard to find a good camera angle, too, guys.
Yes, it really is. Well, we won't return. We got to get through tonight first, but we won't return for the Rick Motec Cup Series until January the 9th. That is going to be the next race, and it will be at one of my favorite tracks, Auto Club, a.k.a. California. People call it differently. So that's going to be another extremely good race.
Oh, yeah, because here, once again, you're running on a fixed setup. So you're running with an even playing field of the guys around you, because not only that, they count in your I rating, too. So you just have to be a little bit better than everybody else. And going to a track like that, it's hard. It's so close to a road course that, I mean, you have to have the best of the best skills.
Well, let's talk about the setups for Rick for the Cup. Well, for Extreme in general, they are fixed setups. Everybody's running the same setups. You can't make many adjustments, but the adjustments that you can make, now Steven races, so, you know, he kind of, you know, has a little bit more insight, but, you know, the adjustments that you can make, the steering ratio, your brake bias, I think there is a few more, but it's very, it is very limited on what you can adjust. But even those minor adjustments that you can make can help you, you know, get better and faster as a driver.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, you know, I do this a little bit, dabble in it in my free time. No pro by any means, but yeah, you can adjust the brake bias, the steering wheel offset, and the steering box. Those are the only 3 adjustments you can make on a fixed setup race. And as I'm sure a lot of these people out here watching are pretty familiar with what most do, but one of the biggest things, you know, as far as like the steering box goes, you would turn it up or down according to the response you want between the pedal and the wheel and the car. And I mean, that can help you if you're kind of keen into turning real hard. Having a bigger box will keep you from burning off as much tire, and scrubbing off so much speed coming out of those corners.
All right. Well, they're going to be coming back to the green flag, coming to lap number 6 here. Katie, get them going, and this time,
If I had the Jeopardy cue music, gladly I would do it, guys, because this is a long, long backstretch. And Josh, you said it perfectly. I mean, pacing here at Indy is rough.
It's rough.
I mean, you got to feel bad for the drivers at some point because you got to think you got to get a little bit anxious. But we're watching David Weishart warm up his tires. Same thing with John Sterling back there. They're trying to get as much heat as they can, get the grip they can. So whenever this pace car does drop off and the green flag comes out, they can waste no time and get right out there and away. Excuse me. But with Alan Elwood to the inside, David Weishart outside, Chuck Sweeting sitting right behind, and John Sterling, pace car shortly getting ready to duck off into the pits. We need it for sure.
Might be something Josh invests in for us up here.
Yeah, it's gruesome. It's rough here, and it's rough at Pocono. But go ahead, Katie.
All right. And don't say Toyota, but Ford Mustang ducks off. Alan Elwood inside, David Weishart outside. Sweeting with a little bit of push there, and Elwood's going to be off and away. Bring in Weishart and Sweeting side by side.
All right, screaming down the front stretch here, going into turn number 1 here. This is going to be where it's going to get a little bit hairy as they are side by side all the way front to back. Come on, guys. Come on. You can do it. And the draft here, man. The draft here, you can get a major draft on the back stretch and on the front stretch. But you have got to be careful on these short shoots here between coming out of in between 1 and 2. And then 3 and 4, the little short shoots there. Got to be very, very careful. Oh, we got action back here. Jeffrey Creek in the 51 to the inside of the 3 of John Sterling. Coming in to turn number 1. Back here running at around the 5th position. He is going to make the pass. Cale Gale in the 83. Coming up on the 29 of Rob Haynes. Well, go ahead and get him up here. Rick Donovan. And a rough start, but Indianapolis, we seen it last night. Cold tires, tire model playing a huge factor as usual. The Cup cars, man. It's the Cup drivers. They'll get it figured out.
What's happening here tonight, guys? Tonight here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Cup Series guys gonna battle it out tonight. Hey, I'm joining you guys a little late here tonight, but I tell you, I've got my popcorn on one side of me and I got my Kool-Aid on the other side. Katie, Steven, Joshua, good to be here tonight here at Indianapolis.
Well, glad to have you, Rick. I mean,
We got contact.
Another caution. Oh, back
Why
here
don't we
in the
ride
back. Jeremy
in car with
Clifton.
Clifton.
Jeremy Clifton and the 28 involved. Well, let's go back here and take a look. At a big track like this, they get spread out. You gotta have 3 of us, Rick.
That's right. Got 3 of us up in the booth here tonight. Actually, we got 4. Stephen D.
now. Yeah. Steven's up here. He's watching. He's paying attention. Hey, but what happened to Jeremy Clifton? Hey, well, what the? Oh! Wow, that was close. The 86 coming to the inside of Jeremy Clifton and right into Jeremy. Man, that code of contact, that is going to be close. But I seen the jump there by the car, and people that don't know what net coding is, it's the internet, and that's kind of a lag between the drivers and the update, and, you know, because it happens so fast. But not my call. That's going to be Don Kidder, Andy Starcher, Tommy Yamassi. They're going to take a look at that. But Jeremy Clifton and Adam Eisenhower are going to be both involved in this. So we'll get the official word here momentarily as the second caution of the evening.
Official word from the tower. We have net code between the two drivers. No penalties will be issued.
Tell you what, those guys up in the tower have a tough job there.
Yep.
I tell you, man, they got to go back, look at replays. They look at many different camera angles. Those guys do everything they can just to make sure they got the right calls that they're making out there on the track. You've got guys that are battling out here for team points all season long just to make it into the chase for the, you got your 10 regular races there before you go into the chase and want to make it into the top 12. Then all of a sudden you got your chase that starts. You got your team owner championship. Those guys are battling for almost close to $600 for the season there. Hey, these guys have got to make sure that they're making the right calls up there in the booth. And, man, they do a fantastic job up there in the booth.
And it's hard. It's hard to make some calls, Rick. You've been up there with them. You know how difficult it is, just to try to make the best call you can.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you, we go back to the rule book, we look at the rule book, and a lot of the things that you'll see in a rule book over there when you read that rule book is, hey, it's actually things that has happened here over the years in ExtremeMotorsports99.com, things that have happened that has created the rules itself. We've seen it happen, decided what we're going to do, how things are going to play out, and said, you know what, we're going to have to chalk that up into the rule book so that way if it ever happens again, we got something to come back to look at and to go by from that point on. And I tell you, it's worked out pretty good well. We have a training program for our admins. We just don't take anybody and everybody and just throw them up in the booth and say, okay, go at it, guys. They go through a whole season of training. There's a lot of expectations, things we look for, things that we're not looking for quite so hard at. How to handle the issues and the problems and so forth, how we give out the penalties, how to handle the problems. There is so much to it than just throwing guys up there to basically be moderators. So a lot to it there, Josh.
Yes, there is. Well, Rick, you're up here. I'll kind of throw you a question here. Who you got picked to win here tonight, buddy?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna pick tonight. I'll tell you. I'm gonna pick up my big old cup of coffee here that says the best boss ever, and I'm feeling pretty good tonight. Oh, you're talking about who's gonna win the race tonight? Oh, let me see here. Oh man, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But anyway, let me see. Alan Elwood, I tell you, man, he was strong last night in the Xfinity car, looking good out there. He just got caught up into some incident out there that took place. I'm going to go with Elwood tonight. I think he's going to be on his game tonight. He's not going to look in that mirror. He's not going to look back. He knows tonight's going to be a very, very tough night for competition. He's going to do everything he can to keep that 5-car Toyota out front tonight. Look for Elwood to be out there out front on that final lap to take that checkered flag.
All right, so you're going to pick Alan Elwood here, our pole sitter tonight as well. He's led all the laps here, been up front this whole time, and well, he did a little tricky there. He was looking like he was going to come down pit road, and he came right back out onto the track. Everybody else, well, GT Hawkins stayed out. Our second place right now stayed out, but third on back came down pit road after the laps that they ran here. I believe about 11 laps is all that about 11 laps here. And, these two guys probably wanting to get a longer run here to figure out what them tires are going to do. And them tires, and I talk about it each and every night, Rick, and I hate repeating myself, but man, them tires are important.
Tires are definitely important here at Indianapolis because the tire wear will go away very, very quickly. But I tell you, you got guys out here that knows exactly how to handle those cars out here, how to get it done. But I tell you, I know a young lady here that does her homework, Katie Dugas. What are we looking at as far as tire wear and fuel here tonight at Indianapolis?
I have the fuel run set at 25 to 30 and tires anywhere between 20 and 25 and 23 and 27. So me and Josh were kind of pretty close there, but I mean, it's definitely a close window.
Well, I tell you what, you've asked me who my pick is tonight. Stephen Dean, who's your pick tonight out here?
Best question of the night right there. I took Kale Gale for the back-to-back. He was looking good. He always looks good. I mean, I've seen him race in real life, so I think he's definitely a favorite to win it. He runs clean. We'll see how he goes.
All right, and Katie, your pick for the night?
I had 32 of Darren Clement.
All righty, there you go.
All right, on
Joshua,
the backstretch.
have we got your pick for the night?
Yeah, I actually picked the number 3 of John Sterling.
John Sterling, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, all of us are definitely, there's none of us picked the same driver tonight, so it's definitely going to be interesting.
It's going to be a toss-up for sure. And, yeah, I'm going to look at that, Rick, give it to you. Katie, get them going here. Coming to lap number 13.
I mean, do we really want to hear me talk for 2.5 miles again? It's all right. I'll give it to you. Like I said, we'll get this Ford Mustang off the track. I'm curious to see what GT Hawkins is going to do on the outside here. He was a very, very much the guy on the move last night. So I know he's wanting to get out there in a way as a pace car goes down Elwood to the inside. Definitely not wasting any time. GT Hawkins slowly moving on the outside of the track with Mraz moving right up in the side. And 57 of Rambler is going to duck down behind the 31 of Mraz and try to get that third place position.
All right, taking a look here. As they are still filing out, trying to get into positions. We got a battle here, yes, for third again. Here comes the 57 Rambler coming up here into third. GT fourth, David Weishart fifth, and we are seeing some action, some 3 wide action back here, 2 and 3 wide. Man, you better get that figured out before you come into the corner.
Hey, what guys are out there spreading it out. D. Hawkins up there in second place position right now is what I'm seeing out here up on my leaderboard right now. But it looks like he's moved down to about the 5th place position. Yep. Mraz up there in second place position. Look to see him have a good finish here tonight as well. Driving the FEG car out there. Rambler has been strong here so far this week. Strong here last night in the Xfinity car. Ran into some problems there last night, but I tell you, he was looking really strong out there last night. Not quite sure what happened, but he did get caught up into a few things there, and I believe he kind of hit the wall coming out of between 1 and 2 there, and I think that kind of cost him his night. Didn't really damage or total out the car. It was just enough just to keep him slowed down.
Now watching some battles back here toward the middle of the pack here at around 20th as they go side by side. The old Nana Bryce Senesac here to the inside. He is going to make the pass there on Tommy Haynes. Tommy Haynes all of the back bumper. Michael Mueller, Cody McFadden all neck and neck here, bumper to bumper. Man, these guys back here mid-pack, they are really racing it up right now.
Yeah, you would think this is maybe lap 70 of 85, but we're only 15 in, so we've still got a long way to go for these guys to get as racy and dicey as they are.
Tell you what, Elwood not looking back there, but taking a look right behind him. We're in his rear view mirror. A lot of cars changing places there. Mraz, Rambler, Weishart, Hawkins, those guys are definitely switching places there, trying to get into the mix there. Who's going to take what spot? Those guys are definitely not sitting around wasting any time whatsoever. Rambler up in the second place position right now as Mraz will settle down into third place. Weishart looking at his back bumper Is he going to try to make a move here coming out of turn 2? He's getting a good run there. Let's see what he does coming out of 2. If he's going to get the run coming off of 2 there, let's see what he can do to see if he can make something happen.
David Weishart still on the tail of the 31 up front. Single file. That's a battle still happening, though. This is back here at around 24th. Jason Eisenhower, Cody McFadden right up ahead of him. Davey Hendricks.
Taking a look at Chuck Sweden in the 26 car, looking on the inside of GT Hawkins as they're going down into turn 1. Is he going to take over that 6th place position? He's definitely looking hard on the inside. Hawkins getting up there real close to the wall. May have even scraped it just a little bit. But I tell you, Sweeting still looking on the inside. They're on the backstretch there, still battling it out as the 3-car Sterling trying to help out Hawkins, trying to help push him down there to try to get things set up down there for turn 3. Oh, and it gives him just enough, a little bit of a push there for Hawkins to kind of secure that, get a good run into the corner, and Hawkins ain't going anywhere.
Let's talk about, oh, we got a caution.
The 36 goes around.
Oh, all right. Yep. That was toward the back. We'll go back here and take a look at it.
36 of Jason Eisenhower.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, while we're under caution there, folks, I tell you right now is a good time to reach down, hit that like button. We're at 24. I am definitely shooting. Now, Katie, you got to help me out here tonight. Shooting for 35 likes here tonight. Want to set the goal for 35. We're at 24. We're only 11 away. Definitely want to try to hit our goals. Definitely we'd like to try to achieve those goals. If folks out there can help us out and hit that like button. These drivers definitely like to see that, like to see those comments out there. Don't be shy. Root for your driver over there. Put us some comments over there. Tell us what driver you are shooting for, who you're rooting for, and who you think's going to win the race tonight.
All right, taking a look at the caution here, the 38 and the 36. Net code of contact, however, that is going to send the 36 around. The 38 also going to take a little bit of right front damage there, but the 36 going to get the blunt of it as he goes hard into the inside wall back here on the backstretch. Man, what a tough break for Jason Eisenhower, but man, it's part of racing. Right there, really, really close to one another.
Official call from the tower was net code between the two. Racing incident. No penalties will be issued.
All right, coming down from the people up top. On Kidder, Andy Starcher, and Tommy Amassi. Well, it's quite a race here tonight. We're going to go ahead and step away, play a quick commercial break while these guys are under pit road here. But don't go anywhere. Be back. Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Under caution here, Darren Clement up front. Rob Haynes in a second. Cale Gale third. Alan Elwood fourth. Justin Gann now fifth after the pit stops there here at Indy. Caution number 3 here tonight. 67 laps to go. It's Indy. Big field, Rick. Big field, Katie. Big field, Steven. And they're doing what they can. And I think they're trying to still work out the details. But I want to talk to Darren Clement and kind of see how it's reacting from his perspective. He is up front. So let's see if we can get him up here. I had to find him. All right, Darren Clement, got a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, Darren, you're up front here. A lap 20, buddy. Couple of cautions. How's the track feeling, man? What's the issue? Is it loose conditions here tonight?
Well, on fresh tires, it's a real pain in the butt to grab some, grip out there. As you can see in turn 1 there, me and the 9 both got loose on the initial start. So keeping the heat in the tire is definitely going to pay benefit.
So with the things that are happening as y'all get into the run, the heat builds up, but then something happens. Y'all haven't really been able to really get going. So what's it going to take to get going? Get some green flag runs in and maybe a green flag pit stop or 2 or 3.
Hopefully everybody starts, giving a little bit of room. Apparently there's a little bit of a glitch going on, or net code, as they say it on iRacing service, happening, and everybody just pays attention to the room they got, and their spotters are on point for them, so we can get some green flag runs in and try to bring this 32 home up front.
All right. Well, Katie, got anything for Darren, our current leader, real quick?
No pressure, but you were my pick tonight.
I appreciate that.
All right, sir. Well, good luck, and we'll hope to see you at least on the podium.
We're going to get there.
All right. Put him back down there with his team as they get double filed here. Coming to lap 22 here tonight. Man, well, let's see. Yeah, we're getting down to at about, I'd say, a quarter of the way. Still a long way to go, though.
21 laps in the books here today of a 85 lap race. I tell you, 105 degree temperature out there on the track, 79 degrees out. I tell you, it's a beautiful day. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, fantastic racers out there on the track, and we've only in this with only 3 cautions. These guys are doing a tremendous job out here on the track, not knowing what to expect with the new tire model and so forth. These guys are still just trying to get used to this tire model.
Yes, they are trying to get used to it. Things change always here on iRacing. They try to make it better and better with each update. And this is just one of those updates. Yesterday they pushed out that V7 tire model, and then you guys raced it. Rick, I mean, with not having any practice, it was interesting.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, these guys are coming out of the turn here now. Clement up there on the board. Pace lights are off on the pace car, and the pace car's off the track. The fans are on their feet, and the green flag is out. Darren Clement's getting a good start out there. Rob Haynes is definitely wanting the drag race down the front straightaway there. Let's see who's going to try to get into that second spot with Cale Gale trying to get up there and get into the battle with these guys. The 29 car of Rob Haynes looks like he's going up on the outside as they're coming out of turn 2. Let's see who's going to make something work. Cale Gale on the inside. He looks like he's going to try to battle out the 29 of Rob Haynes out there on the back straightaway, but gets the car behind Rob Haynes and looks like he's going to ride it out there, Joshua.
Yep, coming into 3, we got a battle for the lead here. The 29 of Rob Haynes taking it down low from the 32 of Darren Clement. He is going to make the pass. He is going to go into the lead. Rob Haynes, our new leader.
Cale Gale's going to follow right in behind that line with him there. Going to try to take over that second place position. And it looks like Cale Gale is going to battle him out all the way down the front straightaway there.
Oh.
It's definitely a drag race. As they go into turn one, is Cale Gale going to be able to take out that second place driver there to take over that second place position? It looks like he's going to be able to do it if he gets the good run coming off the 2 here onto the back stretch. Looking good. Now you've got Elwood that's looking at the back door of Gale.
Alan Elwood falling back just a little bit. Oh, yeah, pushing the daylights out of, well, let's see, the number 5 of Elwood. These camera angles at Indianapolis is just, I don't like them.
I'm
These
surprised
guys are
we're not
definitely
hearing
battling
Josh
it out.
scream 2 by 2 by 2.
That's right. Tell you what, 6 cars there battling it out. Elwood, Weisenhart, Hawkins, Ramblers trying to get in with the Flynn there with those guys. They're all right on top of each other. Gale even getting a little bit of sideways back there on out of turn 3. Hung on to it, kept his position.
We got some blinking going on.
Little
Not
smoke
sure.
back there in the mid-pack there. Gale's still trying to do what he can to get up there in that second place position, but I tell you what, Clement is definitely making him work for it.
3 wide, folks. Oh, we were 3 wide for a second. Oh, good Lord, 3 wide. Man, they backed out of that real quick. Jeffrey Creek was the one that was going to go 3 wide. He backed out of it just really quickly going into the corner. He was probably thinking, not right now.
Elwood had some issues there. It looks like maybe a possible battery failure there. He's had to pull his car over to the side there. Looked like some blinking issues. Maybe the battery may be going out on that car. We'll have to check back in with him maybe moments later. But right now, Gale's still battling it side by side with Clement, but it looks like he's going to take it finally. And we got it side by side, and it looks like Weisenhart got a little bit of a touch, almost 3 wide right there on the back.
We are going to go 3 wide. Oh, well. Man, these guys are making me nervous now.
No point of getting nervous now. It's time to get into the nitty-gritty. Now these guys have scraped a little bit of decals off their car. They are ready to rock and roll. They are 25 laps into the book, and hey, they know it's race time. It is ready to rock and roll tonight here at Indy.
25 laps down. We still got plenty to go. Let's crank it up here for the first time on MaxSpeedTV. Crank it up cam there for everybody. We've got some action in that second pack as they were watching it there. Katie, you mentioned almost 4 wide, and we're seeing it 3 wide back here, 3 wide. Coming into turn at number 1, still 3 wide. Oh my golly, Bryce Sinisak and company, they were right there, door to door, going into 1.
Alan Fox is ready to make that pass. He is clearly sitting back there, and he's got some speed in that car in that 73 because he has gotten by the 51 of Jeffrey Creek, and it looks like he's holding back just a little bit, maybe letting these 3 guys in front right there run a little bit of their cars out, but he is fast back there.
Still side by side. Back around here in around a 10th position. Now Chuck Sweeting, our outside pole sitter in second, running back here just inside the top 10. He's got a lot of company behind him. Bryce Sinisak, Darren Clement, Jeffrey Creek, Alan Fox, Ed Morris. Ed Morris coming from 11th, so he's back into 14th. But we haven't talked about the draft on the front stretch much. You can get a lot of draft on the front and on the back stretch here as they go still 2 wide. Man, they are burning up their tires.
Yeah, and I mean, running out a car like that, we still have so much further to go. You still want a whole car at the end of the night.
We are looking at almost 3 wide again and 4 wide as well. Man, I'm watching this back here from 10th on back to 15th roughly. And even further, Bobby Tinch, Dalton Cowell, Tyler Holman. I mean, all this is like a mini super speedway with these guys back here. They're all right here together. Rob Haynes has pulled out almost to a second ahead of Scott Rambler. Scott in second. David Weishart almost a half a second back. In a third, Garrett D. Grant fourth, and G.T. Hawkins in fifth. They're getting a little bit of a space up here, but back here, there's no space.
No, man, none at all. It looks good. This pack racing is awesome. It's definitely making for some great racing out here. Crazy thing is, one little slip up, man. That's a lot of cars that could go bye-bye for the night.
Yeah, it is, and that's what you don't want to see. Still 2 by 2. Darren Clement falling back, trying to get back up front, toward the front. I think those tires are really starting to show. He's on older tires than everybody else, but here comes that draft coming into play. Man, oh man, battle's going on. Talking about Alan Fox. Coming up here, the 73. Trying to fight his way up toward the front, just outside that top 10. Michael Thwaites, Cody McFadden, Zach Ogburn, all right here together. 3 wide again. The 87, the 12, the 64 coming into the corner. And they're going to go back 2 wide as the 12 of Thwaites gets around to go into 25th. Man. So here about 10 laps. We will be at that halfway mark here tonight. About 42 and a half laps. Well, Katie, Steven, kind of, I would say getting spread out, but I mean they're starting to, they're racing it up, but they're not compact like they was.
Yeah, I think a tire wear is starting to come into play a little more, like you said. I think we're getting about halfway, based off Gil's numbers, about halfway through this tire run, and I'm sure they're definitely starting to feel it a little more. So let's see what that does to some of these cars, and see if we can get them bunched back up again.
All right, Katie, what are you seeing out there? I see up front we've got really close action between 1 and 2.
I've been kind of bouncing all through the field, and right now I'm watching Alan Elwood right here on the backstretch, fixing to try to take it 3 wide again, trying to make up some ground that he lost.
All right, yep, going back here to Alan. He is trying to find right behind the I believe that is the 8. Got the 8 on the card, but the 10 of Gary May in the driver bar there. But that is Gary May. Alan Elwood now to the inside. And just trying to keep up with the drivers here, folks. Big track, big track. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. Looks like we've still got 36 strong. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Appreciate it.
You know, I'd be curious to know what kind of tire wear that Darren Clement's going to have after this next pit cycle, because I haven't seen the guy pit, and I've seen him slowly fall off back here. I'm curious to see if it's going to be more of a tire issue, but I do know they are 3 wide.
Oh, 3 wide. Where?
You missed it. I tried to help you out. They might do it again. Elwood is just steady on the move.
Elwood. All right, let me find. I was on Elwood, so let me find it here. Oh yeah, right here. Yep, back here toward the back. Yep, we're watching it. Back here at around 28th, 29th, 30th. I mean, everybody out here. We've still got 34 drivers on the lead lap. Our last driver on that lead lap is the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Jason Eisenhower 1 lap down in that lucky dog position. Mike Robbinger 1 lap down as well. These two battling it out for that lucky dog position. Blake Griffith on a pit road, heavy damage. He might be able to get it back out there and pull some laps, but unfortunately, his hopes to win might be done. Darren Clement now coming down pit road in that number 32 machine. This is probably going to start some green flag pit stops. Of course, Darren was on those older tires. But Scott Rambler, our new leader, up front in the 57, he has led 2 laps.
Now, I am still learning all the point systems. Here in Extreme, do you get points for leading laps like that? Will they go towards, your championship chase?
I believe, and I hope someone corrects me if I'm wrong, I believe it is a bonus point for leading the most laps.
Oh, Josh, you're missing some 3 wide action right back here around 18th.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're watching it back here. I missed the 3 wide, but I'm still seeing some action. A door-to-door right behind them. 64 of Cody McFadden. And I believe that was the 09 of Bryce Senesac, door-to-door there. Timothy Smith in a chat. It's an awesome league to be a part of. Okay, they've got everything from oval to road. I mean, it's an awesome league to be a part of. This is the oval side as we watch it here up front. Got about a half a second ahead of Rob. And about 4/10 of a second ahead of David. And it's so hard to keep up with everybody.
Yeah, it's next to impossible. I'm not even going to joke about that. I've been trying to bounce around as much as I can. Kind of got back here around Andrew Mraz, watching that difference that tire wear can make. I know he just came down pit road, and, I mean, he is just passing them left and right, clicking off these laps.
Well, we have 26 likes, folks. Come on. 4 more to go. People watching here tonight. Tommy Haynes in the 17. On the outside of the 27 of Michael Mueller. keep an eye on a pit road within the next 2 to 3 laps. We will be within that tire run. You'll run within the next 5 laps.
Weishart down pit road.
Yeah, we've already got some drivers coming down. Garrett D. Grant as well. All right, here in about 2 more laps, we'll be at that halfway mark here tonight.
Might want to watch back there on that number 5 of
Okay.
Elwood. He was fixing to push that 3 wide, but it looks like Thwaites got right out of the way and going to leave the 09 of Bryce Senesac sitting right there. But I'm telling you, Alan Elwood is on the move right now.
Yes, he is. He is now falling back just a little bit. Bobby Tench down pit road. It looks like that's the only one that has came down pit road.
Ooh, this is almost ugly. Watching the battle around 11th, 12th, 13th. You've got the 27 of Michael Mueller, the 17 of Tommy Hayes, and the 52 of Tyler Hallman. Just, inching towards each other's bumpers and trying to make a pass right there and getting a little squirrely coming through these corners.
All right, we are watching it here, yes, as we see more drivers come down pit road. Yeah, I was on Michael Mueller at that time as you was talking about it. Tyler Hallman, Andrew Miraz coming down pit road.
And y'all, we can't stress enough about this pit road. This is a long straightaway. And if you watch, when they come into the pits, they've got to slow down to, I believe our pit speed was 60 miles an hour.
60, yes.
So they're running 165, 170 around this track and slowing all the way up in a corner to get down into the pits. Rough.
All right, people making their pit stops. They cannot make it from here. They will have to pit again at least one more time. It looks like we've got more drivers coming down pit road now. Kel Gale. Oh, Justin Gann. Oh, caution is going to fly. And that might have been on that number 30 of Justin Gann there. We're going to go back here and take a look. I think he was coming down or going to come down pit road. But let's take a look and see what happened. We'll get the official word from the admins, but looks like Justin Gann. Oh, yeah, tries to come down pit road, it looks like, and just loses it. Right there, he is on the racing surface. And then it looks like where the caution is going to fly here tonight. We'll get the official word, though. But we talk about the mistakes coming down pit road. That right there is one of those.
Like I said, it's hard to get slowed down that fast coming in through a corner to get down the pits. And like I said, you have to go all the way around the backstretch to be able to merge back up on this track. And you have guys, once again, running 165, 170. And, you're having to come off the pits into that. So, it takes some serious skill to be able to manhandle this.
Yes, it does. Well, we are over that halfway mark here. So we are going to go ahead and talk to a driver or two. We're going to wait here and see who comes down pit road because some people did come down pit road. Tyler Hallman, Andrew Miraz, Justin Gann, Darren Clement. These drivers now one lap down, but they've pitted.
Yeah, and some of those guys just coming off that pit stop. Oh, that's gotta hurt. But maybe some of these guys were sitting out there waiting, waiting on that caution, just hoping they weren't the cause of it. But I mean, those who came down and pitted a little bit early, man, it's all a call there.
Official word has been posted. It was a self-spin on the 30 of Justin Gann. He will receive the EOL.
All righty. Well, pit road is busy. Leaders bring in a lot of drivers down pit road. Scott Rambler, Rob Haynes, Cameron Hearn, Chuck Sweeting, Alan Fox. It looks like everything is going to reset here. That's going to put David Weishart and Garrett D. Grant, Cale Gale back on the lead lap here. And up front, all right, well, as everybody makes their pit stops, we've already got the driver we are going to interview. Go ahead and bring him up here. Wait for him to come out onto the track, though. Try not to disturb him. We got plenty of time. It's Indy. Okay, back out up on the track, and I believe Stephen Dean is caught up with the 87 of Zach Ogburn.
Zach Ogburn, Steven in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Oh, it's going, man. How's that race going out there for you tonight?
Oh, it's going pretty decent. I need some track position, but other than that, it's going.
How bad does that tire wear get?
Really, it's not too terrible. It's traffic is the big problem. You get so tight when you're behind somebody, it's hard to do anything.
Yeah, so you have a little damage there to the rear of that car. Hopefully that's not slowing you down too much. But what's your I don't want to say strategy because I don't want you to give away all the good stuff. But what do you plan on? Are you gonna try and one stop it the rest of the way, or you plan just kind of how do you plan on going about that?
Man, it'd be really nice to be able to get some green flag laps in here, and then we pit one more time, and that'd be it. But I don't know. We'll see how the cautions fly here and go from there.
Josh or Katie got anything for him?
I don't think so.
Still a whole lot of laps left to go, Zach. Even though we're over the halfway mark, it's a big track. Good luck.
10-4, Josh. Appreciate it, man.
Uh-huh. All right, well, we might be able to get another one up here. How about we go with the 38 of Davey Hendricks? Do you know where he's at?
Let me take a look.
Found him.
But
Katie,
I get
you
it.
take this one.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Davey, it's Katie. Oh Lord.
I got moved.
All right, sir. Well, obviously you got a copy on us. How's the 38 running for you tonight?
It's going all right. I got early damage on that lap 1, turn 1 wreck, so my aero was already messed up. But I seem to do halfway decent on longer runs, which makes me happy.
All right, so we were kind of figuring up strategy here. So it looks like we're going to have at least one more pit stop for us. But what's your strategy going into the end of this?
Try not to hit the wall. But pit-wise, I'm pretty much I'll run it until either it's dry or until I see some people in front of me ducking off. It seems like the leaders are significantly faster than the rest of us. So I'll might just follow suit with them and see if I can make up some ground.
All right, sir. Well, it looks like we're going to be getting ready to go back green, but good luck in that 38 and get it up there towards the front.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, get him down back to his room. They are double file. We're going to be going back green flag this time by Steven. You haven't? Yeah, I was going to say
green.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Steven.
Let me make sure I'm live here and everything. feel like I've made that mistake before.
I think we all have.
Who is our leader?
David Weishart.
Let me get that one. Good thing it is Indy and we have plenty of time.
Exactly. Well, we had 46 watching. We're at 45. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. Man, what a race here. Now, we are over that halfway mark. We are going to take a quick look at that caution count here. 4 cautions, 13 laps, 39 laps to go. 4 lead changes as we come and get ready for the restart here. And I believe Steven is going to take it.
Yes, sir. So we have David Weishart sitting in first. He elected to take the outside on this restart. Garrett D. Grant sitting on the inside in the second place. Cale Gale in third. And M. Scottless Rambler rounding out your top 4 here for this restart. Like Katie said, this is a long, painful process here. That Ford Mustang dives off to the safety of pit road. They are on the gas, and we are green once again.
Green flag is back out, folks. David Weishart up front. Lap 48 of 85 here tonight. 47 watching here this evening. Duckweed Lover in chat. Timothy Smith in chat. A Wolfpack Fan 1 in chat. Nikki Peterson in a chat. Thank you for tuning in as they do some ducking and some diving there. Man, that draft, people trying to get draft, people trying to break draft. It's all happening right here at Indianapolis. 2 by 2 into the corner. Now this is where we're going. We got to spin the 8 going around, and we're going to have another caution here tonight, folks. Another caution. We have got a big one. Alan Elwood going to get involved. We did see the 8-10 go around. Ooh, the 34 on pit road as well. But let's go back here and take a look at what happened here to Gary May. Didn't go around, and then it was on from there. Alex, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your last name. In chat. But what happened to Gary May? Oh, right there. There it was. Go back over here on Gary May. We're going to go on a chase view here and get a better look at this. Back up that camera here for everybody. Take a look at what happened to Gary May as they come out of the corner. Oh, right there, the 5. Right there with Gary May. And then it was just on from there. The 34, the 5 going to get involved. It looks like we're going to go back up into another view, another shot at this. You see the 5, the 34 taking a hard lick into that wall. Man, tough break for the 5. The 10 and the 34 as well. Hey, get it back going. All right. Man.
Your pole sitter, Alan Elwood, he has taken it behind the wall, and I believe he is done for the night.
Oh, man, Alan Elwood, not the race he wanted. Coming into tonight, 3rd in the points. 133 total, 2 behind Chuck Sweeting. Not a good points night. Going to happen for Alan, our pole sitter. Well,
I have your official call here
go ahead.
from the guys in the tower. That contact was brought out. due to netcode, once again.
And netcode.
They are gonna, yes sir, it's been beating them up tonight. They are gonna call that a, obviously it's netcode, so no penalties will be handed out.
Alrighty, folks, I got 48 watching here tonight, 28 likes. Let's get with it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up. Thank you, everybody, for watching it. Man, it's that time, man. I have to blame it on the tires. I mean, these guys are some awesome drivers. We know that from week in and week out. These tires are playing a big role, and netcode tonight is playing the biggest, I would say, the biggest role here this evening.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, sometimes I feel like nothing's ever going to be perfect. You get these super cool updates on iRacing, on the service and stuff, and you know, you got to give a little and take a little in places. And I feel like, you know, sometimes, I mean, even some internets, you know, they just can't handle it. This takes a lot. It takes a pretty good internet to run out here with all these cars and all these guys connected into one server. So that definitely plays a big role here.
Well, let's see here. Who are we going to go ahead and pull up here? Well, he's on pit road, so I can't pull him up. How about we go with, man, there's so many people to choose from.
Rob Haynes.
Who?
Rob Haynes.
Rob Haynes. Hey, that'd be a good one to pick. Okay. Find him. There he is. Rob Haynes, Joshua the Booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, 10-4, Joshua. How's it going, man?
Well, man, it's going. You're currently running 5th. That's where you started, man, but it's been rough. A lot of net coding issues here tonight. Looks like the tires, I was doing really good on the tires, but it looks like net code playing a big problem out there. What's the key to victory here tonight for you as we wind down the final laps here tonight? We still got 35, 34 to go, so man, what's it going to take?
Clean car for sure. As soon as you damage the right side a little bit, you fall back. So I think a clean car is going to take, and another fuel stop. We need another fuel stop. So 4 tires on that, and try and get out of there quick. And again, Joshua, just keep it off the wall, man.
Yeah, keeping it off the wall, keeping the car clean. That is also going to be key.
It's huge at Indy, and means a lot. And you got a lot of fast guys up front here, and I'm hoping I can, I don't know, gain a couple of positions. I got my teammate I'm going to be starting behind here, so looking for good things to happen.
All right. Well, Katie, do you have anything real quick for Rob?
I was going to say, you've clearly got this one, you know, pretty much figured out. Started in 5th, still running 5th, and you've maintained that top 5 position all night. So what's it going to take to get up front and get the win?
Keeping the throttle down, Katie. I think that's going to be my biggest goal here. You know, the tires kind of wear out, but they come in about maybe lap 3, lap 4, and once you get to that point, you can pretty much hold it almost wide open through 3 and 4, which I'm not, you know, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. You just got to trust your driving, and yeah, I mean, I hope we don't get another caution here. I hope the tires get a chance to come in and show you guys what we can do here.
All right, sir. Well, good luck and bring it on home.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that is going to be Rob Haynes here. We're getting back down here to his team. All right. Well, man, we have got 53 people watching here tonight. 53. Awesome job, guys. 53 views here at peak so far. Thank you for tuning in. The drivers appreciate it. The league appreciates it. MaxSpeedTV appreciates it. And the fans appreciate it, as well as the sponsors. Cannot forget about Rick Motec as well. But they're going to get double fouled. They are double fouled here. We are ready. We are ready to go back. Green flag racing coming to lap 53 of 85 here. That pace car. Ford Mustang gonna make its dive off to the safety of pit road. Rob Haynes down in a 5th. 6th. David Weishart in the 24th gear. Knee Grant up front. Green flag is back out. Here we go.
Sounds like we have one solid A team up here in this MaxSpeedTV booth tonight.
I think it's going to get wild.
Oh, it's fixing to get insane. You have a lot of these guys that are going to have those fresh tires and trying to figure out their way to get into the single file racing again. I mean, they're going 2 and 3 wide again.
Yeah, already.
So just
watching it.
finding their place on track is going to be key.
Well, early on, you know, the fresh tires, the fuel, you've got to make those passes quickly. You know, you can't wait, but you also have to time them. You time them in the wrong times, that could be detrimental.
Chaos to ensue.
Back here at the 00 of Nick Hunt, started 30. Oh, where we go? Hard leg, man. I seen that. Jason Eisenhower in the 36 took a hard lick onto that inside of wall on the front stretch. We're going to go back here and take a look at this. We're going to take a look at it from several different angles, but we're going to find out what happened back here. Oh, man, thank God this is just a simulator. Oh. Okay, right here's where it's going to happen, yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't have a full motion rig either, because that would have probably hurt a little.
Yeah, he would have been, hurting for sure. Or at least I know I would be. Anyway, taking a look at that caution here with the 36 and the 32. Looks like they're coming around the number 9 here onto the front stretch. Right there. I don't know if it was net code or contact. I don't have a very good angle on that. Let me see if I can turn this here. Of course, I'm not the head admin. I am not an admin at all, so I don't make the call, but we're going to get a really close look here at this. And right here we see, oh, right there, well, that's going to be a close call yet again for the admins. But look at that hard lick there that the 36 took as it comes. Oh, the 30, that's the 34. Yeah, the 34, nowhere to go. Again, T-bones the 36. And, of course, we had some other drivers spinning as well. The 32, the 8, or the 10 of Gary May involved in this. So, another wreck. Man, that was a hard lick by both of them. Man, by several drivers. Up on the front stretch.
Now, I've got to ask, Steven, I know you race, and I know we have a bunch of our drivers out in chat. I'm wondering personally, do we see a lot of issues with netcode when we see these updates? I mean, do we see more netcode issues as soon as some of these come out? Is that, possibly some of this issue?
I like to think that some of it is. Like I was telling Josh earlier, I feel like these updates are a little give and take. You get better in places and you get worse in places. As they add these updates, they I feel like, I don't want to say lack in other areas, but they're not as focused on other areas.
Good answer.
Official call from the tower. Contact was racing incident. No penalties will be given.
All right. Directly from man, and man, they have their hands full tonight. Being joined again here by Rick Donathan. Rick coming back down here, man. Do they have their hands full up there?
And I tell you what, is as smooth as butter up there in the admin booth. Those guys are doing a fantastic job up there. We're enjoying watching the race out there. The competition is very tough, very strong out there. Definitely giving a big shout out there to Alan Elwood. Tough night, tough break for him. Came up a little shy here tonight. Actually, it's been a tough week for Elwood out there this week. He's been a strong contender. And I tell you, man, it's just a tough break for him. Just can't catch a break here at Indy for him. But I tell you, it's not because of lack of skill. Sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But like you said there, Katie, 2020, it's a whole new year. And hopefully we'll see those VRN guys come back and see Alan come back real strong for bringing in the new year.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go load up on some turkey and ham over this Christmas break. Oh, he's gonna be good.
Well, let's hope he don't eat too much. That way he can get back in the car.
And pass tech.
Right, exactly right.
All right,
Well,
Alan, you heard that. Limit yourself.
Well, who's going to give our big shout out this week? Is it going to be Steven or Katie? Which one of you guys going to do our big shout out to our fans out there?
Steven.
Obviously, we're going to have to do that after we get started because we have definitely got a lot of people tuning in with us here tonight. Tell you, I've been down here looking at the likes, Katie. We're only 2 away from reaching that goal. I'm just wondering who are going to be those 2 is going to help reach our goal of 35 likes tonight. I tell you, folks, when we started doing this, I think what were we hitting at there, Joshua?
Well, we were averaging, we were averaging about 18 to 22 viewers. We were averaging about eight or so likes. Yep, somewhere around in there. Yep.
All right. So I guess it's all about just setting goals, and it's nice to achieve those goals out there. And what's fantastic about it is we got an awesome fan base out there that's coming in and tuning in with us week to week here. We're starting to see some noticeable names that's showing up every night of the week here, tuning in with us here at MaxSpeedTV, tuning in with you guys each and every week. And, they're helping us achieve the goals here. And, man, I tell you couldn't ask for an awesome fan base that we've got so far, and it looks and feels that it's getting stronger and stronger each week, building that fan base up for our drivers out here, pulling for them, shouting their names out, pulling for the drivers, and man, it's awesome. It's awesome to be a part of.
That's not a fan base, that's our family.
That's right, and I tell you what, look at there, Katie, 35. We've reached our goal. Right there it is.
Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog. What do you think, Steven?
He said he'd be right back.
Bobby Dern, he missed it.
He went to go get some cookies. See, we talked about food and he left.
Well, I think he heard giving a big shout out there. So fantastic. Yes, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, we'll give a big shout out to all our folks out there once we get ready to go back racing. But, Joshua, I tell you what, man.
Yep.
Strong race here this evening. And I tell you, Wiseheart is no rookie when it comes to being up front up there. He's brought Grant up there, Northern Capital Cars. I tell you, they've been strong. Another strong contender here, filling in for Wazenbach tonight, is going to be K.O. Gale. The last time he filled in for Wazenbach, he had a great finish. I believe that was going to be last night. Filled in for Wazenbach last night.
We were in the Xfinity cars last night, so...
Right. I believe he ended up finishing 3rd last night, filling in for Wazenbach. So here he is again tonight. He's right now in the 3rd place position. So I'll tell you what, we're getting ready to go back to green. I'll let you get us cranked up here.
All right. Well, that elusive pace car, man, pacing here at Indianapolis, about as bad as Pocono, Rick. But, hey, the drivers is the ones feeling it. They're down there. But, hey, we're going to get back green flag. David up front, Garrett D. Grant. Teammates here up front, here side by side. David on the outside, Garrett on the inside. Rob Haynes 3rd, Kilgale 4th, Jeffrey Creek 5th, GT Hawkins 6th, Ed Moore 7th, Alan Fox 8th. Davey Hendricks 9th, and John Sterling currently in that 10th spot here, making their way into the short chute here, coming out of 3 into 4, back onto the front stretch here for the Rick Motec Cup Series, round 5 at Indianapolis. The Christmas break race, as I call it, because we won't be back here until 2020 on January the 9th. Pace car dives off. David, Garrett, talking to each other. They both are going to be on the loud pedal, and the green flag is back out. Coming to lap 59 here, folks.
Haynes following into that 3rd place position there, and I tell you what, Wiseheart Grant out there running the Northern Capital car is going to try to take it all the way to the front and keep it up there for the rest of the race. I guarantee you that is the plan, man, from this point on. But I tell you, Gale is going to hook up with Haynes there, but it looks like that Gale is
got way out there on the outside of Haynes. Gale is looking on the inside, trying to put himself in the position of a third place there. Looks like he's going to take it away from Haynes. Haynes falls right in behind Gale.
Well, they've been out here at about 16, 19 laps or so. They are going to have to pit at least one more time. Now we see these drivers on this front stretch start to go low, get right back up to arcing inside turn number 1 to the first short shoot here into turn number 2. Oh, we got people hitting the wall back here. The 114 of GT Hawkins scraping it. He is going to lose some momentum. That's going to allow the 51 of Jeffrey Creek to get around. And, man, the people's trying to get draft. They're trying to get everything, Rick, Steven, Katie.
Right.
They're trying.
Trying to get the draft there, and Jeffrey Creek getting a good run there into 3, looking at turn 4, wanting to get a good on the inside there. And looks like he's making real good leadway, trying to catch back up to Haynes. Hawkins, I tell you, he's starting to fall back. He must have hurt that car pretty bad back there. Alan Fox making leadway, trying to catch back up with Jeffrey Creek. Creek is a very strong competitor here, longtime member here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Very, very tough competitor and probably about a 3-time champion here in our Cup Series. Good to see him out there running strong here this evening at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I was taking a look here at the 114 of GT Hawkins. He does have some right front damage there along that right front wheel. I don't know how it's affecting him, but it looks like it might be affecting him a little bit. Looks like he is losing some ground there on the 27 of Michael Mueller, who's right up in front of him as well. Now the 27 of Michael Mueller is beside him. Who is that up in front? Oh, that was John Sterling. Oh, bad. I apologize. Looking at the numbers there. Man, that number 38, though, Davey Hendricks. Man, driving the tail off that psychedelic 38 machine.
Hendricks there looking on the inside of GT Hawkins. It's a tough break there for Hawkins, having that damage on the front right corner there. You can see the sheet metal peeled back on Hawkins's machine. I tell you, that's definitely going to affect him. You can see the car starting to fall back into the field there. 27 machine of Mueller working his way up there, trying to make some leadway. The 38 machine there, Davey Hedrick, definitely you're going to see him and Michael Mueller start working together, trying to make leadway to catch the field.
The leaders coming down pit road. That's going to give Cale Gale the lead, followed by Rob Haynes, Jeffrey Creek, 1, 2, and 3. But David Weishart and Garrett D. Grant down a pit road as we edge ever so closer to that all-elusive 20 to go here within the next 2 laps.
That's right, Cale Gale up there in the lead with Rob Haynes right on his back bumper. Jeffrey Creek trying to make his way up there with Alan Fox right behind him. Tell you what, they've definitely got a train working there. The 3-car of John Sterling entering there on the back stretch, on the front stretch, down on pit road. He's going to go in the pit there for tires and fuel. And I tell you, taking a look back there at the 114 of GT Hawkins, still trying to make some leadway, but Joshua, not quite sure how that car is going to work still. Looking at the damage on the front right corner there, I tell you, he's been a strong contender here today.
Yeah, he has. You know, I don't know. You know, and then again, it could be helping him. It could be hurting him. We really don't know. We're not down there. You know, we're not his spotter. We're not, you know, his crew chief. We don't know. But right now, he is getting under fire here yet again, falling back. I mean, what does GT have to do as he battles it there again with the 27 of Michael Mueller side by side? Oh, bump action, the 27 off into the grass.
Michael Mueller down in the grass there. He's going to hang on to it. Keeps it off the track. Oh, and just barely. Whoa.
Oh, caution.
Holy moly. Caution is out.
Luckily, there's no damage done to that car there. Man, I tell you what, that could have been ugly, Joshua. Man, that could have been ugly. Katie, what do you think, young lady?
You literally took the words out of my mouth. That could have been really, really ugly.
Stephen Dean, have you got back with that Kool-Aid yet?
You know it. I'm always back with the Kool-Aid. Can't go without it.
All right. Got that Kool-Aid. All right. Well, we're going to take a look at here and see exactly what happened to Michael Mueller and the 114 of GT Hawkins here. Because, man, that was some close racing as well. Let's get on a chase view here. Probably one of the best views I have to take a look at this side-by-side action. Oh, right there. Oh, that was a jump there, it looks like, by the 27 of Michael Mueller. And contact made between the 27 and the 114. We'll get the official word from the admins. But Michael Mueller keeps it off the wall. He tries to save it, and then it goes sideways, and it comes back up on the track. And that is where that caution is going to come out, because he stops right there on the track and in front of traffic. So caution is going to come out. We're going to wait on that official word. 20 laps to go here tonight.
He did a good job keeping that car off the track there, keeping it out from in front of all those cars. Man, I tell you, that could have got nasty pretty quick there, Joshua. But hats off there to Michael Mueller for keeping that thing down low and keeping it out of harm's way. But we definitely want to be doing a big shout out here to some fans that joined in here with us. Some of the guys has been tuning in with us here week to week. Joshua, of course, DF Williams, he's here with us again tonight. Timothy Smith, GOM16. Brad Witzel is in the house. The Racers TV. Appreciate you joining here with us here tonight. Edward Morris is here tonight. Joining here with us. Alan Hilton. Nikki Peterson, Sim, Eric. Appreciate you being here. Monty Rickard. Of course, we've seen you a couple times here this week. Appreciate you tuning in. Brandon Ketchum, of course, one of the league members here. Mark Hamlin. Great to see you as well. Full Velocity Racing Network. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us here this week as well. And looks like Katie Dugas, you've been quite chatty in the chat box here tonight, it looks like. So we definitely appreciate that. Carlos Basie got a good race in here this week. I believe he finally got out here on the track in the K&N Series car Monday night. Did a pretty good job. Timothy Smith, appreciate you tuning in here with us this week. Nikki Peterson, a Wolfpack Fan 1. Appreciate you tuning in with us. Duckweed Lover, Alan Humalik. Not sure if I got that right there, Joshua.
I don't know. Be honest with you.
Doug Carlson Gaming. Katie Dugas, Monster Jam Fan 06. And let's see, I'm just scrolling through here, a lot of chat here in the box, so we definitely want to say thank you to all you folks tuning in. And I tell you what, it looks like the big boss there, Rudy Cummins.
Yeah.
Appreciate Rudy coming over here and checking us out. Hey, I bet I know what he's doing. He's checking up on you there, Joshua.
Probably so.
Anthony Campbell, we appreciate you tuning in. Just tuned in right there, saying hey right back at you. And Alex, appreciate your kind words there for the great broadcast. I tell you, Joshua, Katie, Steven, and, you know, all these broadcasters that tune in up here and put the show on for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Tell you what, couldn't ask for a better show here with these guys. They definitely make superstars out of these guys out here on the track. They do a wonderful job here. And great big shout out to Joshua Medlock, Katie Dugas, and Stephen Dean up in the booth here tonight.
Well, we appreciate it, Rick. You know, we try each and every week. You know, we're gonna get some rest time here coming up, but we still got 19 laps to go here tonight. These guys have made their final pit stops. They've got the tires. They've got the fuel. We've seen some 3-wide action. We've seen almost some 4-wide action. Well, coming down to the final laps, Rick, Steven, Katie, we know here at Extreme, it gets extreme in the final laps.
Yeah, this is when it starts to get real wild. Guys are going to start making their moves, and we're going to see some racing. While we're under this caution, I just wanted, and we have Rick up here, I kind of want to hear this coffee cup story that we've been waiting so long to hear.
Oh man, I tell you what, got up this morning at about 5 o'clock. I had a long day today. Didn't even get a lunch break. Man, I thought I had a bad day today, and man, I couldn't wait to get home. Got home about 6:15, 6:30 this evening, and had this big old box laying on my desk, and I thought, man, I didn't order anything from Amazon. What is this? You know? So I sit down and I'm thinking, what has been ordered that I didn't order that I'm going to have to fight to get my money back? And that's just adding more to my bad day. I pull the top on this thing and I open it up and I got this card in here and I read the card. This big old smile just comes on my face. And man, I just went from a really, really bad day to a really, really awesome day. Joshua, if you got that picture that we can just send these guys to a link here and just take a look at this thing.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
guys sent me a mug as the best boss ever mug. Really appreciate that, guys. I tell you what, that's definitely an awesome thing. You turned my day into an awesome, awesome day. So I appreciate that a whole lot.
Well, you give us being a good boss all year round, so it's the least we could do.
Well, I tell you what, we all kick in here and pitch in each week. And like you said earlier, Katie, we start out here and we get to know each other and turns into one big old family here. So very, very enjoyable. And, you know, let the folks know out there tuning in, if you're out there and you're doing iRacing and you're involved in some leagues, we definitely encourage, hey, join all the leagues that you can. But while you're doing that, give us a shout over here. Come on over to ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Check us out. Come over, meet and greet with all the community here and the members here, and give us a shot. I believe you would really enjoy the crowd here that we've got. Most of the time we got somewhere between, I don't know, anywhere from probably, 50 to about 90 people in our TeamSpeak channel. So don't be
Yeah.
shy. And lots of
Don't
people
get intimidated.
Well, I'll tell you what, Josh, I believe these guys have gotten new tires. They're full of fuel. And I think I've seen a couple of them out there actually adjusting their gloves. They're getting the tight grips on the steering wheel out there. I think these guys are getting ready to go racing, and they're going to race this thing out for a hard 15 laps here in just a moment.
Yes, they are. And I do want to mention we hit the 35 likes, but we busted it. We're at 40 likes here tonight, folks.
That's awesome. Nikki Peterson, appreciate the kind words out there, and definitely love to see you come back. Bring your friends, your mom, your grandpa, everybody. Bring them on back.
Bring the puppy too.
That's right.
Bring the puppy, yep. Well, all right, coming to 16 to go. Cameron Hearn up front. Garrett D. Grant second. On the outside. This is the way. They're going to start right here. Coming to the restart with 16 to go. That Ford Mustang going to dive off here, hopefully for the last time. And there it goes. Cameron Hearn in now control of the field. He can go at any point. Once that pace car is off and he is on the loud pedal, the green flag is back out here tonight, folks, for the Rick Motec Cup Series for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com here at Indianapolis.
Tell you what, Hearn up there definitely don't want to be looking in his mirror right now with Grant in his back door. But I tell you what, that 3 John Sterling, I believe somebody up in the booth said a little earlier, watch out for that John Sterling. He may end up taking the win here tonight, and he's up there in 3rd place. But I tell you, Tommy Haynes working his way up there little by little, had a tough night last night in the Xfinity car, but somehow, some way, he's found his way here up toward the front in the Cup Series here tonight. Tommy Haynes, be on the lookout for him.
Oh, well, we're going sideways. The 17 going hard into the wall. The 29 also hard into the wall. No caution. No caution yet. No caution.
Well, that was my 17 I just called out. Oh, my goodness. Tommy Haynes, that was Tommy Haynes into the wall, Joshua.
Yeah, we're going to go back here still on the green flag and take, there is the caution right there. Not sure if that was on this one. I do believe it might have been. We're going to go back here and take a look at what happened to the 17 of Tommy Haynes and the 29.
Yep, that was 29 of Rob
Haynes. Yeah. Oh,
And
right
tough break for
here.
both of them. Rob Haynes had a good day today as well, and he got knocked down pit road there. Definitely going to set him back there, Joshua.
Yes, it is. We're going to take a look here at what happened. I'm on the 17. Oh, right there. The 51 and the 17, right in front of the 51. Contact made with that left quarter panel there, right there. And then that right there just upset them all. The 51, the 17, and the 29. Of course, I don't make those calls. Oh, that 29 had nowhere to go either. I don't make those calls. That is the admins. The 7 going to get a piece of that 29 too. So right here, yeah, that is where this is going to happen. But I don't know. I don't know if that's where the caution is going to come out at. I do believe that might be. I don't know. We'll get the word in.
I'll tell you what, if Stephen, are you up in there in the booth?
Yes, sir. I'm waiting on the official word from the admins here.
All right, if you can, see if you can find that 3 car of John Sterling. And Josh, we might see if Katie can get a word in with John Sterling, see how he feels about these last few laps.
Sounds good to me.
I don't want to give him bad luck. Y'all don't blame me if something bad happens.
I found him. Do you want me to move him up now?
Let's get him up here.
Yep.
All righty.
John Sterling, Katie up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, sir. Well, I'm not going to say whose pick you were tonight, but you were a pick to win, and you've clearly been dominating a lot here at this track tonight. So I have to ask, are you doing it for Dale?
Of course.
And what's the strategy on these last couple of laps?
Well, Cameron here has about 10 lap holder tires than pretty much the rest of the field here. So if it goes green the rest of the way, I think we'll be able to get around him. I'm more worried about the 24 and 83. They're pretty fast, and I know 83's got newer tires than I do.
All right, so at this point, I mean, do you risk it and try? Say we do have another caution. Do you risk it and try pitting, or do you just run it all the way out?
See, that's going to be a tough one there. Don't really want to give away any kind of strategy that I might have. But
all right, no strategy secrets.
I'm leaning towards staying out.
Run it till it's dry.
Yeah.
All right, sir. We'll let you get back down to it unless Rick or Steven or Josh has something.
Oh, I tell you what, we'll get Stephen Dean to put John Sterling back down there. John, if you can find us Kale Gale, we'll get a few words in with him.
All right.
Hey, Josh, you want to move him? I ain't figured out how to move him back yet.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and go ahead.
Steven, you have an interview for Kale?
Oh, yeah. Kale, Steven in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I got you loud and clear.
How's that race going for you tonight?
Well, it's been interesting.
I've noticed you've been up front most of the night. Seems like the car's been running pretty good for you. How's tire wear working?
It's going really good. I actually took 2 tires a little bit earlier in the race. And anyways, I got lucky there. When I pitted under green, the caution was out just behind me. So I was on pit road, and it ended up not costing us anything. Actually got us a couple spots. So I've had a little bit of luck fall my way. I'm hoping that continues here.
You think those tires will last you the rest of the race?
Oh yes, sir. We got we put 4 tires on it here. The last caution topped her off on fuel, so we're good to go on fuel, good to go on tires.
Well, I'm pulling for you. You were my pick to win tonight. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm pulling for you up here.
Yeah, man. Indy's not my specialty, but I'm proud of the way we ran the last 2 nights, and hoping to bring hyperdrive. I'm filling in for Matthew Walzenbach tonight, and hoping to bring home a solid finish here. Maybe have a shot at winning this thing.
Absolutely. Now, you guys got anything for him?
We'll
Good
see.
luck. Go to the front.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do, Katie, for sure. We'll see. It's a little dicey on restart. It's got to be aggressive. I know that some of the top contenders from earlier in the race, the running order has been shook up a little bit. Cameron's been really fast all night. He hasn't been up front. Garrett Grant has ran a solid race all night. So hopefully we can get in there and mix it up. We'll see what happens here.
Yes, sir. Well, you have a good one.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was Kale Gale, currently running in 4th, started just inside the top 10 in 9. Oh, we're going to be coming, should get the 1 to go this time by, so they will be at the green flag at 10 to go. Oh, it's not over.
And it's fixing to get loud.
Yes, it is.
From over here at this point.
8 cautions for 30 laps, 11 laps to go. 6 lead changes here this evening. Katie? Get him going.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we heard Kale say the word aggressive, and I think that's fixing to be the key right here. Is going to be aggressive, but not overly aggressive. I mean, you really don't want to push it too hard and chance, not only ruining your night, but somebody, right there close to you. So, having the right throttle control, getting off the line good, and most of these guys are going to be, staying out on tires. But with Cameron Hearn 10 laps older on tires, curious to see how that is going to play into it.
That definitely will probably play some, but it's go time. You got to do something, and I think that's what Cameron right now is just. He is just going to do what he can to keep Garrett, John, Kale, Allen, Andrew, all them guys behind him, because it's about to get a dicey. We are going to see some blocking, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, not only blocking, you're probably going to see some pushing and shoving, too. And in the words of Josh Medlock, they've got those belts strapped down real tight, and they are ready for these last 10 laps.
I wonder how many of these boys are actually sitting on top of their wheel at this point.
Lights off the pace car. Fans are on their feet. Pace car is off the track. Green flag up in the air. Folks, here we go. Looks like as they cross the flag, staff here, they're going to have 9 laps left here at Indy with Hearn out front. Grant holding in that 2nd place position. Sterling is going to move into that 3rd place position. Kale Gale trying to get settled up into that 4th place position. These guys are now going to try to settle it out. Alan Fox back there battling it out with Andrew Mraz. These guys are going to go super wide. Nobody wants to try to get off on the draft there. Everybody trying to make leadway and put the spread in between one car after another.
3 wide. Sorry, Josh, I had to do it because I didn't think you were there.
You had to do it. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to keep up with everybody.
The thunder has been stolen.
Oh!
I felt so guilty. I'm sorry.
Hey,
watching Nick Hunt back here, though, this guy has been on the move. I've been watching him the last couple of restarts. Started 32nd, now running in 14th, but still just steady passing cars, and he's conserved this car quite well. So I believe he's got his eyes set on that top 10, and he's going to try it.
Yep,
You know what? All it's going to take is for Hearn to go wide, Grant and Sterling to go straight, pick up clean air. They'll pick up a draft there, and next thing you know, Hearn's going to find himself side by side as he goes into 3. If this continues, I'm going to tell you.
And Cameron Hearn up front, getting a little bit of a gap there, but Garrett D. Grant in the draft, John Sterling, Kale Gale, Andrew Mraz coming from 21st to 5th. Oh boy, coming to 8 laps to go yet again. Going wide, splitting it, going 3 wide, 2 wide. It's happening. Cameron making his way back down into turn 1.
Grant inching his way up onto the back bumper of Hearn, but Hearn seems to get a real good run coming off of the corners. Grant seems to be getting good going into the corners, getting a little help from the 3-car of John Sterling, but I tell you, that number 15 out there, Cameron Hearn, is a rocket coming out of the corners.
Yes, he is. He is getting a good run. They're trying to get around a lap car here. And we've talked about the lap cars. That right there, I believe, is the
26 of Chuck Sweet.
Yep. Looked like 25 from my view, but it is the 26. However, it is Chuck Sweeting. The leaders did get around Chuck. Coming to 7 to go. Man, even with those older tires of Cameron Hearn, he is still holding strong up front.
Like Mraz has got around Cale Gale back there for the 4th place position. Gale trying to hang on to the back door of Mraz there. Sterling still trying to make leadway, but there's a gap that's opened up between him and Grant. Grant trying to get back up on the back door of Hearn. Still getting good corners in, but Hearn still getting off of the corners better than Grant is. Not sure how this is going to work out or if they're going to run out of laps here, Joshua.
But we'll find out coming to 6 to go this time by. We are going to talk about it. They only get one attempt, if it comes down to it, of a GWSC. They only get one. So, you know, we're getting down to those final laps here. I mean, it's wild. We've got to say it. You don't know what's going to happen. But, man, I like the way Cameron is getting those runs off that corner. Garrett Lee Grant is having a problem of getting that run, the same run that Cameron is having. I sense maybe a little bit of mirror driving maybe starting to go on now between that number 15 and that number 24 up front.
Cameron has definitely hit his marks on each one of the corners, especially coming off of the corners there. Grant seems to be making a little bit of leadway, but every time he gains a little bit, Hearn seems to step it up just a little bit. Hearn looks like he may have scraped the wall coming off of 4 there just a little bit. Grant's right up on the back bumper, about a half a car length, looking on the inside as they go down into turn 1 here.
Oh, man, bumper to bumper up front. Well, 5 laps to go.
Grant got a little bit of the taste there, saw a little bit of the open air around Hearn, but I tell you what, Hearn did not like that and got back into the groove of things, going zigzagging back down to the back straightaway. I tell you what, he knows how to work that car on the back straightaway there. Grant seems to find his way back up to the back bumper down there in turn 3. But I tell you, watch him as they come out of turn 4 here. Hearn will come out of that corner there. Man, I tell you, he has got that car zeroed in when it's coming out of the corners there on turn 4.
Yes, he does. He is right there. Still mirror driving going on, trying to break it wide. Coming to 4 to go. We are within that green and white checkered if something was to happen. Bumper to bumper up front. But look at Alan Fox coming up to 5th.
A lot of side-by-side draft back here, too, but with Jeffrey Creek and Davey Hendricks, I believe it is. They have touched doors a couple of times, and, it's gotten a little bit scary, but they've somehow maintained it.
That's the Cup drivers.
Still watching these top 3 up here, Hearn, Grant, and Sterling. Tell you, we're still just a few laps away from this race ending here with a checkered flag flying in the air. Grant got a good run coming off of 4 there. He may be able to make something work here before turn 1. He may be looking on the inside of Hearn. Hearn's going to open it back up, close the door on the inside. Grant goes on the inside, looking on the inside. They're side by side in turn 1. This may be what Grant needed. Against the wall there. Grant's on the inside. Sterling is watching the show from behind on the back bumper of Grant. Grant is not able to make anything work. And Hearn is back up front. Hearn is now trying to fight off Sterling and Grant as they're on the back straightaway.
How in the world did Hearn make that work? Man, that was close. But that allowed John Sterling to catch up, as well as Andrew Miraz. Alan Fox also catching up. The more they raced, these guys back here, they are going to catch up. Coming down to 2 laps remaining here tonight for the Extreme Motorsports and 99.com Rick Motec Cup Series, round of 5 at Indianapolis. 8 more turns for Hearn.
Miraz looking on the inside of Sterling there, going to try to make the move. Miraz on the inside, side by side with Sterling. Looks like he's going to take that position. Looking good, looking strong there. Grant still trying to make something happen with Hearn. Hearn opening up the lead there. Miraz looks like he's going to have the inside going down into 3. Grant still working on trying to get on the back door of Hearn.
Just as you say that, Fox is side by side with the number 3, and he is trying. He wants that top 3 so bad he can taste it.
Yep, Alan Fox trying to fight that position here from John Sterling for right now 4th. He's got Andrew Miraz. Guess what, folks? 1 to go as we go side by side again into turn number 1 for the lead. Oh! Cameron Hearn, all he has to do is make it around 2 more turns. Garrett D. Grant breathing down his neck on the back stretch. What is going to happen here coming into the final corners at Indianapolis? Turn 3, Cameron Hearn, Garrett D. Grant, Andrew Miraz coming through the short chute. Down into turn number 4, Cameron, Garrett, all over the back bumper. On the front stretch, Cameron Hearn in the number 15, getting the gap, breaking it loose. But Cameron Hearn gonna come away with the win here tonight at Indianapolis. What a race!
Any drivers out there that want to know what the tire model's like, let's PM Cameron Hearn.
Well, alrighty, folks. We are going to get the top 3 up here. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss this post-race show. Man, it's going to be interesting to say the least. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. We're going to start here with our 3rd place finisher here tonight, Andrew Miraz, and I believe Steven has caught up with him.
Andrew, how was that race tonight?
Oh, it was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed starting in the middle of the pack. Had that early caution. It was a plan to go to the very back, and work my way forward. I got a speeding penalty, had to go all the way back again and drive up through the field. That was the most fun I've ever had in the Cup car here at Extreme.
21st to 3rd, big mover tonight. How did a lot of people talk about this tire model, and then how it makes such a big difference? How did that affect your race tonight?
Yeah, pretty much the tire model. It was loose in the beginning, but then it started getting grippy, and you just had to figure out how to slide the car just enough to maintain mechanical and lateral grip in order throughout the corner and acceleration off. That was pretty much key to move up from 21st to 3rd.
Well, it was definitely a wild race for sure. Any shout outs you'd like to give to any of your sponsors or teammates?
Yeah, I would like to thank my crew chief, Jake Clarkson. He put on a great show and a good pit strategy there. I would also like to thank my main sponsor, FEG Ford Entertainment Group. If you need any PCs built, Jeff Scott is the guy to do it. Also, Little Bear Cookie Company. They have very delicious cookies. Norton Graphics for an amazing paint scheme, as well as KC Designs. Next Level Racing Syndicate, Esports, and I believe I can't remember the other one. If I missed anyone, I apologize. But I also want to thank my teammates. Without them, I probably wouldn't be here be where I am today, knowledge-wise and stuff like that.
Well, man, it was a great run for you out there tonight. We'll let you get back to celebrating that podium with your team. You have a good night.
Yep, and I also want to thank Rick Motec for putting on this amazing league here at Extreme.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Well, that was Andy Barras finishing in 3rd place here tonight. Now we're going to get down here to Garrett D. Grant in a 2nd place, and I believe Katie has caught up with Garrett.
Hey, Garrett, it's Katie up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Yes, I do.
First of all, is your steering wheel still intact?
Yeah, it is. Barely.
How exciting was that last couple of laps?
Man, it was fun battling with the Cameron there. It was tough just with the aero push, and I thought the inside was going to be the place to be. I thought I had him going down into 1 there the first time I got to the inside. I figured I had him, but he held his own on the outside and got the run on me coming off of 2, and I didn't know what else to do besides try the inside. I wasn't going to risk it and try the outside on him.
Yeah, I went back to the replay and saw y'all coming around on the last lap, and I mean, just a bumper to nose, and it looked like you got a little, I want to say, I don't even know how to ask this other than, did you lift?
No, well, going down the last turn, I think I did, yeah, because I got up really close to his quarter, and I didn't want to wreck him. I didn't want to win the race that way. So, but once I lifted there, I knew it was pretty much over unless I couldn't. If he messed up in 3 and 4, and I got a really good 3 and 4, maybe I could have got him, but it didn't work out that way.
Well, you still get to park that 24 Northern Capital machine on the podium. So, what kind of shout out sponsors we got to thank for a 2nd place finish?
Northern Capital and Russ Anderson for sponsoring the car. This was a good run for me. Haven't had a good start to the season, so this is really good boost of confidence for me. Rick Motec, Sim Speed Shop, Doug Designs, you guys up in the booth for broadcasting, and Rick for putting all this on for us.
All right, sir. We'll go celebrate that 2nd place finish, and we'll see you back in 2020.
All righty, thank you.
Congratulations, Garrett.
Yep, thank you, sir.
All right, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here this evening, Cameron Hearn, up front, parking it into victory lane in the number 15 Toyota. Cameron, man, older tires compared to everybody else out there. And, man, how did that affect you? Because there was people all Garrett, I was all over you.
Yeah, track position is key. I felt like I was fast all race, just need to be out front. was worried about the draft. We're running that small engine package, so these long straightaways. My main thing was keeping him behind and trying to break the draft. I did everything I could, and then he could go 3 and 4 really good, and that's where it counts. And I felt like if I gave him the inside, I could pinch him off, kind of rub him down there, and break his momentum. With these small engines we run at these tracks, it's all about momentum, and that's kind of what worked out. And he raced me clean, raced me good. It was a blast. I don't think the last couple laps, I don't think I took a breath.
Well, we were up here watching it. Oh, Rick, me and Katie. You know, you were nailing your marks. You got you kept getting those runs out of the corners as Garrett was catching up to you. Just like out of the corners, you shot out like a cannon. So, how did that help you? You know, break that gap between you and Garrett.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was getting nervous. I'm not gonna say I wasn't getting nervous. The main thing I was focusing on is staying off the wall. I didn't want to end the race, hit my chance staying off the wall. So I was kind of backing up the corners, you know, losing a bit on entry, trying to gain more off exit, and just trying to keep enough distance so he couldn't get to my back end and get beside me by the end of the straightaway. But he was able to do that the last 5 laps or so. My tires were kind of fading fast, but was able to keep the RPMs up and hit my marks, and that's what matters.
Well, Cameron, man, you're going to become victorious here tonight, buddy, for the Rick Motec Cup Series, round number 5. This is the Christmas break race. We won't be back until 2020, so you got some plans going on, you know, in the off season?
Yeah, mainly spending time with family. Get to see a lot of people, eat a lot of food, get a lot of free stuff, and spend a lot of money on other people. So it all comes full circle. First year of my son, so that's gonna be exciting. Just taking time off from this and kind of taking a break away from everything, a little bit of work, and spending some me time and family time.
All right, Cameron. Well, man, thought shout outs you want to give before we let you go celebrate?
Yeah, of course, Team VRA. Alan had some connection issues. He was fast, probably one of the, if not the man to beat, top 2 or 3 drivers. Give a shout out to Garrett. That was fun racing with him. Really not familiar with him, so it's kind of one of these things. You're not used to racing with some people. You kind of get worried, but he raced me clean, and I didn't ever drive the corner, so I appreciate that. Rick Donathan, Extreme Motorsports 99, you guys at Max Speed, and Rick Wittek for sponsoring this series. It's been a blast. Also, want to give a shout out to my teammate Jeff this race, and Blake. He had some issues at the beginning of the race as well, but also, man, it's been a fun season so far. I'm glad we got to have a great race, great show for everybody, and Christmas came early. I said last week, early Christmas present. So I'm going to go into the holiday really riding high right now. And also, my dad watching, coworkers watching, uncle watching. You know, got a lot of people following me now. So that's really cool to see and bring home the W.
Yes, it is, man. Well, we're not going to keep you, bud. Go celebrate. We will see you in 2020.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Well, that is going to do it for the interviews. Man, what a race tonight, Katie and Rick.
Yeah, that was a nail biter right there at the end.
All right, well,
absolutely. I tell you what, man, I was just sitting there typing up some things there. Just want to put out a big message out there, thanking everyone for tuning in with us here this season. Tonight's race, 2019, for tuning in, and hopefully we're going to be back in 2020 stronger than ever before. And wanted to wish everybody a big Merry Christmas out there, a Happy New Year, and don't forget to start tuning in with us in 2020 here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com with MaxSpeedTV to see Joshua Medlock, Katie Dugas, Stephen Dean. We've got Gary Wells that's going to be joining us in the booth. Who am I missing? We got Logan Key. We'll probably end up having some more broadcasters that's going to end up joining us up in the booth. Tell you what, lots of action is going to be coming to us in 2020. Lots of new things that's getting in the pipeline here as well. So tell you, I'm looking forward to the new season here. Katie, Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. And don't forget, this isn't the last time y'all will hear from us this week. We do still have the podcast going up Sunday night.
Yes, the podcast. We will have a podcast Sunday night. So you don't want to miss that. We are still in the works to get the team we're going to have up there, making a post about that soon. So just stay tuned. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be around. But Rick, hey, what a way to end 2019 at the halfway mark here of the regular season. But we still have 5 races to go before we get into the chase.
Oh, absolutely. We're only a third into this season of Extreme Motorsports 99.com. And I tell you, these guys are just, they're rocking and rolling. But I tell you, lots of respect being showed out there on the track with these drivers and all of the series. We haven't had a lot of issues or problems with drivers. We've still got more and more drivers week to week showing up that's wanting to come in as standbys and so forth. Obviously, we don't have anything available in our Cup Series as far as standby drivers. But as far as the other series, they're hit and miss. You have to go through all the admins and so forth to be able to qualify to get into those series and so forth. But I tell you, we're getting to the point where we're opening up some new series, some short track racing, and we're going to let guys start racing their way from that short track racing up to big boys up here like you saw tonight.
All right. Well, we're going to get down here, Rick and Katie, to the unofficial results, pending, of course, any admin stuff that they have to do here. And it's 10:04 my time, 11:04 on the East Coast. So let's get down here to the unofficial results. Cameron Hearn coming away with the win here tonight. Congratulations to Cameron. Garrett E. Grant in second. Andrew Mraz in third. Alan Fox fourth. John Sterling fifth. Scott Rambler sixth. Cale Gale seventh. Ed Morris eighth. Michael Thwaites ninth. And Jeffrey Creek going to round out the top 10. Katie?
Davey Hendrickson 11th, David Weishart 12th, Bryce Senesac 13th, Tyler Hallman 14th, Richie Evans 15th, David Elliott 16th, Nick Hunt 17th, Cody McFadden 18th, Michael Mueller 19th, and Justin Gann rounds out your top 20.
All right, Zach Ogburn 21st, Rob Haynes 22nd, GT Hawkins 23rd, Jeremy Clifton 24th, Bobby Tinch 25th, Clint Woolbright 26th, Tommy Haynes 27th, Brett Cool 28th, Gary May 29th, and Darren Clement 30th.
I was trying to get scrolled down far enough. 31st, we had Chuck Sweeting coming in 5 laps down. Dalton Cowden, 32nd. Jason Eisenhower, 33rd. Mike Rominger, 34th. Alan Elwood, 35th. 36th, Adam Eisenhower. And 37th, Blake Griffith.
All right, Tommy Massey, Andy Starcher, Don Kidder, your advance here this evening. But again, congratulations goes to Cameron Hearn on the victory here tonight. That is going to do it for the 2019 for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com oval side halfway here of the regular season. But we've got more action coming up in 2020. So until next time, folks, stay safe and have a good night.